Somebody who made dollar at 300 and something, 400, is now 1,005. Same in fuel, same in everything, same in unemployment, you know, everywhere, in terms of democracy, in terms of everything, is in on the sliding side.
The president's team have suggested that his reforms are working. They say that growth may be slow, but it's on an upward curve.
When you talk about improvement, there are not things you say. There are things people feel. There are things people see. There are things that, it's just like when you talk about, I've listened to people say jobs are being created. Where are the jobs? You know, if you talk about job creation anywhere in the world, you see the figures. If you talk about improvement in education, you see it. Improvement in health, improvement in this. If you say the government is now doing the right thing, the democratic, the this, you will see it. You just mentioned River State. So where is it? So we can see it. It's not a question of going to say, oh, investors are coming back. Where are the investors? Where are they investing? Companies are closing down. They're leaving. Local companies, manufacturing is going south. So where is it? Nigerians are not seeing it. I am one politician that moves around in Nigeria, and I know the feeling of the people.
Yeah, but what about prices in the market? I mean, there have been some, maybe not enormous reductions, but there have been some significant reductions, even in fuel, for example, petrol prices. I mean,
where did we start?
They've fluctuated
Charles,
a little, but they've come down.
Charles, where did we start? We started at about 200 to over 1,000, and now it's slightly below 1,000. You have to look at where we started. You didn't just say, oh, it's coming down. No, where did we start? What has changed? Consider the income of the average Nigerian. Those who are fortunate to have a job. What it now tells them if they're buying fuel.
So basically, your prognosis, your assessment, just to be clear, is that things have got worse, not better, in spite of the reforms that the president has put in. I mean, you're not agreeing that obviously reforms take a while to begin to be felt in the country. The removal of fuel subsidy, the regularization of price of cost of naira and all the rest of it. I mean, you don't think that those things are reforms that needed to be done. Wouldn't you have done that if you were president?
Charles, I believe that reforms take time for people to start seeing the gains of it.
Well, that's what their argument is.
But people have to see a clear roadmap that what they are sacrificing for, let's take fuel subsidy, which they say there's huge savings. Where is the savings being challenged to?
Well, they said, for example, and I'm not a spokesman for the government, but I have to play the devil's advocate because they're not here. I mean, they said that, for instance, more money is being given to the states. And if you look at the numbers, I mean, the amount of money that the states are getting, I mean, it's higher than it used to be. Although some are making the argument, and I suspect you're making the same argument, that because of the devaluation of the naira, what they're getting is not worth anything.
Charles, if you are making a savings, you said, I want to save this money to be able to invest where? You have to invest in critical areas of development. And those critical areas of development are education, health, and pulling people out of poverty. Are we investing in it? Just no.
Well, they would argue that they're investing in education. They're providing funds and loans for students, which has never happened in this country before, to allow them to be able to go to school.
This country has universal basic education. And we have over 20 million children out of school. That is the critical area. It is the basic education that is critical area. We're not doing anything in it. Just today, I visited an IDP camp. There's over 40,000 people in IDP camps around Abuja. I'm not talking outside Abuja. The one I visited is in Abuja. With over 4,000, they don't have a primary health care.
4,000 or 40,000?
Over 4,000.
Right.
40,000 around Abuja. But 4,000 in this particular facility.
Right, okay.
They don't have a primary health care. They don't have a primary school. They used to have a primary school, which was there by UNICEF. It's closed down for the past 3 years. The kids are there. There's no primary school. There's no health care. So, if you don't have that in Abuja, where do you have it? Where? And this is the one you said is free. Free and compulsory. So where are you investing the money? You have said, I'm removing this. You have to sacrifice. You have to suffer. Where are you investing it? It has to be clear. It has to be verifiable. It has to be visible. People have to see it. They have to feel it.
How then would you be able to support your claim that this government is going to win an election? What basis, on what grounds will they be able to campaign in 2027? Or you think things would have changed before then?
Jay, tell me who will defeat APC. You know, the only opposition that I know that is in Nigeria, let me tell you now. The only opposition, I didn't say the opposition can win Ashwajo. The only opposition that is, the only person that still have traction, that has traction is Obi. No other one, no, everybody.
What about Goodluck Jonathan?
You see,
what about Goodluck Jonathan?
Jonathan has not.
What about Amechi? What about Atiku?
I have said it generally, sir. The only. So that has answered it, sir. I have no apologies. The only voice that has traction.
Governor Fauci,
talking. That
Governor
is everywhere.
Quickly.
Despite not being in government, is Obi. I give it to him. But let me tell you, sir, all others, they are filling the gaps. Atiku is filling the gaps. All others making noise because people don't listen to them anymore.
In the last election, if I tell you honestly, Peter Obi won that election, 2023. I can privately, authoritatively say so. He had 6.something million votes. Atiku had 6.something million votes. The president won with 8.something million. Even after all the nonsense that happened in Lagos State. And most places in the north, they suppressed his vote. He's the only one who can effectively and positively challenge this government and win. Because when you listen to him, very brilliant mind, that he said in 2 years you can turn any economy around unless you want to steal. If you're not going to be compromised with all these criminals in government, it's not rocket science to turn this country around because we have the resources so to do.
And there are those who are wooing former President Goodluck Jonathan to join the fray in 2027.
That shows you how foolish the country is. How did he lose in 2015? They should have asked him. And on an interview with the AIT or channels, I said I met him 5 times as president of Nigeria on his invitation. And on one occasion, I told him that he was going to lose this election. He said, "Dan, if not the respect I have for you, I will walk you out of my office." And as his ambassador in China is from Kano. His ambassador at the United Nations is from here. And that the election is finished. That was the last time I went to his office. Then 2 weeks after, his secretary to government, Pius Anyi, called and said to hell with. And see how they lost, woefully. A man that had governance at Plata. And he just threw it away because he wasn't thinking. And I knew what his problem was then, but I won't say it and they are calling him to come back. Nothing absolutely exciting about him. Even before the result was announced, he had already considered defeat to Tinubu. They are counting it as part of his legacy. That result had not. Have you had anywhere in the world that you can consider only when the result has been announced? He considered defeat. That was why the former deputy governor of Edo State, who was his campaign manager, what's the name of that fellow?
Ogadome.
Was mad He was still in the hall where votes were being counted. The president has considered defeat. Called Buhari to congratulate him. It happened in this country. Ogadome was crazy. Saying no, they don't accept. And they told him the person you are working for has considered defeat. He said the results had not been called. So is that the character of person? What did he do? He comes from the south, comes from Bayelsa. Was he able to impress anything on Bayelsa? Instead, they all asking to please some people from some parts of the country they believe own Nigeria. That is the legacy he left behind, unfortunately.
If you go, every school in Anambra State, I'm sure Anambra people go there, Burger family. Every school get 2 bus. Every school get generator. Every school get computer. Now Anambra buy the highest computer they don't buy from HP in Nigeria. Even their man from America come because we bought 30,000 computers. We estimated that every 10 students must have 1 desktop computer. We use
every 10 students.
Every school we say 10 of you 1, 10 of you 1. So we bought 30,000 put for school. So that's equip the school. We put internet in every school. You go any school in Anambra State, they go tell you. So this I know I want make una go verify the thing where they talk. That's why they call bank, they call everyone. Say this is the thing where we do.
So, but when you look at the level of development and what is going on in this country, nobody cares. So after my interview this morning, the governor called me. He said, please, this thing you're saying might cause a revolution. I said, will it cause a revolution? I hope it will be a positive revolution. That will have 774 local governments and water is not running in one. And you're telling me about revolution. What is a revolution? When borrowing comes up and you don't know where the money borrowed is supposed to, isn't that a sad episode? That millions of our citizens are dying. So do you go to your village to know the problems in various villages in this country? And you see governors move, attending function in their state capital, they are moving with 17, 20 SUVs in the state capital. Under 10 minutes drive, half of the vehicles are empty. All over the country, not just one state, not 2, all over. And these are children of very poor parentage that God exposed and brought them up, elevated them to power. All they are thanking God is this kind of, Dubai-oriented kind of lifestyle.
8 years, Anambra did not borrow 1 kobo. I never go to any bank and say I won't borrow money. Because what we did, we say, before we go borrowing, make we cut the thing where they chop our money first. Before we go borrowing. We get like, let me give an example. Anambra State get lodge for Abuja when I started. The man will come before me buying for plenty money. He said, hey, did you 1 billion something? I said, go on, Anambra State, no live for Abuja. What thing would they do with us in Abuja? Where we going to chop, where they cost us a lot of money to keep up. They said, no, you go need them. I said, we know dinner. Governor of Anambra, it's governor of Anambra. If we go Abuja,
not governor of Abuja.
Let him go and find small hotel. And Anambra people will go to hotel here plenty. They will even give us discount. Like we just go pay them small money, sleep there. Now they sleep, rock view. But this, we'll go there. They give us discount 50%. So that house, Anambra House, lodge, 9 United Nations they reach today.
You sell them?
No, we not sell them. We give them
rent.
And we even give them free. We say make the because the money to keep them now wahala.
To maintain the house.
To maintain it now wahala. But they give us the support where they give us. Pass the money.
See strategy, wisdom.
So they give us support. So we say take. At least now we know they spend money for them. We know they do. So we start cutting off. We get things where they call guest house, presidential house. Say, president no live for Oka. I beg, make una close all these things down. We cut all that things where they make us chop money. Some people know they happy when I say it. Some people they happy, but we say these things no they exist. There's so many things because we don't get money. So we tell that this one can go, this one can go, this one can go. For example, I say since me and they very close to my wife, and 2 of us are make we close down office of first lady. I beg, Make we not see somebody carry motor they run around. We trouble they too much. Make we two of us now one. That's what marriage is say. So make we know.
So you close down the office of the first lady.
Yes, because you know there for constitution.
You know for constitution. You know there for.
And it cost us money. And since two of us now one, now the thing where you say for marriage now, two person now one, make two of us join the manage this one, leave that one first, so we can get money put for school. Because we everywhere we have to stop. You have to get the money to put for school. If you not do it like that, you could go borrow money. That be the problem of Nigeria.
They don't care about the sufferings you are going through. And don't expect that anything will change just because we complain. We have to take our destinies in our hands. And it is not a violent revolution that is required. You know why? Violent revolutions are an 18th century solution. And the oppressors of today, they have mastered the art and science and craft of violent revolution. And that is why before you know anything, once a protest starts, is either they unleash their propagandists on us to begin to, drive negative propaganda to distract and to divide us, so that instead of uniting to fight the horrible policies of the Tinubu administration, we are fighting amongst ourselves, Igbo versus Yoruba, Benin versus Igbo, and all the like, North versus South, Christians versus Muslims, and all of that. They unleash their propagandists, or they send the soldiers or the police to come and shoot at innocent protesters to disperse them, because these people have mastered the art of revolutions. So if we are going to be able to save Nigeria from the hands of these people, then we must apply a different approach. Check it. Who is it that said again that if you apply the same results and if you apply different methods and you apply the same methods and you are expecting a different result, that is a definition of insanity? Let us not wait until we run mad. We cannot keep applying the same solutions and expect different results. We have to try a different result. Permit me to let you know, the only way to save Nigeria, the only way, is through free and fair elections. That's the only way. I know some of you argue that the problem of Nigeria is a new constitution. And I agree with you. But I want to announce to you that no matter what we do, protest or talk or rant, the people that are in charge now, particularly under Tinubu, under Akpabio, under the APC, they will do whatever they can to defend the constitution as it is. If you truly want a new constitution, what is the way forward? Is to engage to force free and fair elections that will ensure the retirement of all these politicians that are in power today. Until we retire them, you cannot get that new constitution. Some of you argue that the solution is to divide Nigeria. The politicians at the helm of affairs today will not divide Nigeria for you. How easy do you think it will be for even the Igbo governors, the Igbo senators, the Igbo House of Rep members to come together, reach a consensus, issue a communique and say that all of the Southeast legislators are signing a memorandum to secede? How easy do you think that will be? It should be easy, but I can tell you that it will be easier for the camel to pass through the eye of the needle than for the current Igbo leadership to do that kind of thing. They won't. So if you feel that division or secession is a solution, the current crop of leaders cannot give that to you. The only way you can get to divide Nigeria or to secede is to ensure that we have free and fair elections. Because that way, you bring in a new crop of leaders that will now decide and rearrange the constitution. They will re-agree on terms and conditions. And if there is equity, there will be no need to secede. So whether you think that we need a new constitution or that we need division or secession, the only way to achieving it is not to talk more to the same people that are pretending to be asleep. They will never wake up. It will just be like we are flogging a dead horse. It can never rise. The only way is free and fair elections. That's all. Some of you may argue again and say that, no, true federalism, devolution of power, state police, these are the things that we need. These are the solution. In fact, some of you can throw in there resource control or regional resource control. Let every state or region manage their resources. Yeah, fantastic idea. But one question, who will implement it? You know, it's easy for us to rant, and the people in government right now, are they moved by our ranting in any way? Are they? The only solution is free and fair elections. Whatever you think the solution to the problems of Nigeria is, let me know in the description. And let us reason together and see if you can get that solution through the current crop of leaders in the National Assembly or in the executives or even in the judiciary. We need free and fair elections. Now, how do we get free and fair elections? We were hoping that by now we would have had electoral reforms. Remember, what was the whole essence of pushing for electoral reforms? Is to guarantee free and fair elections. That's all. But how are we doing with the electoral reforms? Are we making any headway? The proposals that even INEC made to the National Assembly, is there real-time transmission of results in there? Real-time mandatory collation of results in there? No. So, is it likely we get the electoral reforms that we need? The answer is no. Now, if we don't get electoral reforms, like some people are suggesting, is the right thing to do simply to boycott the election of 2027? Would that not be giving voter apathy on a platter of gold to Tinubu and the APC? Is that not what will be happening? Is that what we want? Is voter apathy not one of the secret superpowers that the APC and Tinubu are looking for that will possibly help them rig the elections? If Nigerians come out in their millions, hundreds or tens of millions, 90 million of us, they say, that have registered, will it be easy for the APC or anybody to rig the elections in 2027? It will not be. Could this be the reason why they are struggling so hard to make sure that Nigerians give up? As a result, they are now pushing the propaganda that the 2027 election is already rigged or that the results are already written. And so some even activists are now saying, oh, if there's no electoral reforms, then there's no point participating in that election. Would that be a right approach? I don't think so. What then is a right approach? Project Ego. That's the right approach. Polling unit marshal, 600,000 Nigerians strong, and votewatch.pro. That is the combination that will really give Tinubu sleepless nights. That is the combination that will guarantee that the elections of 2027 is free, fair, and credible. Why? How? Because with these 600,000 polling unit marshals, across all the 179,000 polling units in Nigeria, think about it. If we get these 600,000 polling unit marshal, it's a question now, and they are dedicated and committed, and they get the results from the polling units like the law requires them or encourages them to do, and they take the pictures of the Form EC8A pasted on the walls in their polling unit, and they upload it to the website, the application, votewatch.pro. And the results are online, real time, even before they leave the polling unit. to the World Collation Center, do you think that INEC will still be able to rig the elections? This is the only way to guarantee free and fair election. PU Marshall, votewatch.pro. I urge you to join us to make this solution work. Nobody will talk about this solution because it is not a trending topic, but it is a solution that all Nigerians need to hear. So I will encourage you to join us. We need off social media campaign, awareness campaign. We need finance for it. We need people, volunteers for it. So the one that you can do, please do. If you can volunteer, join us in this network to create an awareness that will guarantee free and fair elections in 2027. If you cannot join physically, let your donation speak for you. This is the best way to contribute, to invest your money in a way that guarantees a country that works for your children and your children's children. Free and fair election is the only way forward. It doesn't matter how much we rant on social media. These, I don't want to call them devils, but somebody even argues that calling them devils will even still be putting it lightly. These people that have held Nigeria by the jugular, they won't let go of it unless we take a different approach. And that is the PU Marshall and Project Eagle, and votewatch.pro of Project Eagles. Guess what? There are two other solutions of Project Eagles that will keep Tinubu awake and will guarantee free and fair elections in 2027. I'll talk about them later. But for now, join us in the awareness campaign for Project Eagles. Yes. God bless you as you join.